Alright, we're on to the second half of these radio episodes, and we're delving into spoiler section now, and spoilers ahead. So let's see what happens. The how and why of St. Pidgeonations. It's time to break out the question box. This is Kawara Ryota from Class 2-3. Last time was a little exciting, wasn't it? I'm glad we didn't get dropped. This time we're doing a special feature on BBL. BBL, or Bad Boys Love, is an extra long truth scenario which was included with the full version of the game. Today we'll be answering questions about BBL. So be warned, there will be spoilers. I don't recommend continuing with this if you haven't finished BBL yet. Yeah, seriously, that would be major spoiler territory. Oh wow, they actually ask you, like, they're like, are you sure? If you haven't played it yet. Do you want to keep going? Keep going. I have played it. And I enjoyed it. Alright, let's get started. This will be a little complicated, but I think I should explain where we are before jumping into the questions. Holiday Star takes place in a happy world where the BBL route never began, during winter break and the third semester. Okay. So, naturally, up until now the questions have been answered by the peaceful, undisturbed Otome route versions of each character. Ah! But because we're doing BBL this time, we'll be calling on the versions of each character who lived or didn't live through BBL. Just don't think about it too hard and you'll be fine. Okay, I can do that. In the end, it's just because unlike books or movies, visual novels have all kinds of branches and possibilities. Even if it's a little odd for me to be saying that. Sorry, that was a little long. Questions! This is from one Sararo. Sarawo. Was Kawaii raised in an orphanage? How has she managed everything all this time? Kawaii isn't here, so I'll be answering for her again. Cause she'd be not really existing, but kind of. She has a little spirit orb in BBL. I also want to, like, I guess I don't have to avoid spoilers because Ryoto's already, like, pointedly asked multiple times, do you want to continue? So if you're still here, spoilers ahead if you haven't seen the BBL route. But yeah, she got her head removed, her brain got spazzed out by lightning water, but her spirit continued on and Ryota stayed with her in the death science lab, so poor Ryota. Her parents did die a long time ago, but she was never taken in by an orphanage. She did live with my mother and me for a while, but she decided she'd rather live on her own. Living by one's own strength is a hunter-gatherer's pride, after all. I could never be like her. She's always so tough and cool, you know. On to the next question. This one is from Damarushi. For the doctor. What did you like so much about Professor Kawara? What was so appealing about a good-for-nothing dove like that who couldn't even take care of his own family? That's what it says, Doctor. Oh no! Oh no! Wait! No! Doctor, stop! You can't just tear up the letters. Are you chewing through them? That was a long letter. Ah, that makes more sense. Instead of chewing through them. You can't put them through the shredder either. Aw, it's completely destroyed. That is all. Aw. That's not an answer, Doctor. Sorry, Demarushi. I guess the subject of my father is a bit of a sensitive area with him. Dad never did come home much, though. I don't remember what kind of person he was either. I wonder what kind of boss he was for the Doctor. Hey, doctor, wait! Was there something else? The next question is for you, too. It's just this one more. Could you please stay? The contents may warrant repayment that the emergency room would be able to fix, but very well. Are you planning to break into the third dimension to claim vengeance, Doctor? Then again, you probably could. Anyway, I'll read it, and if you don't want to say anything, you don't have to. Let's not get anyone killed, winku. Indeed. Though I can't guarantee that we won't. This is from Tommy. About how many aliases have you had to date? Oh, sorry. How many aliases have you dated in your life, Doctor? Ahem. About how many aliases have you had to date, Doctor? Would you mind telling me what a few of them are? I don't keep them lying around for use as party tricks. That doesn't answer the question, sir. I think it is enough. I simply use names as I need. In situations where it would be inconvenient for people to realize who I am, you see. Would revealing my names not then be quite inconvenient? That's true, but no one reading this will mind spoilers. I don't mean inconvenient for them. I mean inconvenient for me. I will be going now. Aw, he's gone. You didn't even answer either of them, Doctor. Looks like you're having some trouble. Yuya! Hello. Yuya! How about I answer that question for him? Ooh. You're always here just when we need you, Yuya. I have been trailing him for quite some time after all. I'll leak a little confidential information, just for you. You're always ready to reveal state secrets just when we need them, Yuya. Well, that's a little harsh, isn't it? Anyway, moving right along. As you all know, his name as a member of the faculty of St. Pidgeonations, and his name as a medical doctor, is Iwamine Shu. And his name as a researcher for the Hawk Party was Issa Soma. That's the name I first knew him by. We also have evidence indicating that Ishiki Mishio, the public prosecutor who died suddenly a few years ago, might be the same person. And finally, there's a theory that his real identity is as the heir to the Ichiju group, but that's still just a rumor. He has quite the history, doesn't he? It all seems a little excessive to me. In any case, the truth remains shrouded in darkness. Anyway, that's it for me. Can't keep the ladies waiting after all. Adieu. Thank you, Yuya. It's a little late now, but will he be okay? The doctor was awfully insistent about hiding those names, and he just blabbed all about them. But then again, he can take care of himself. It's not like the doctor could kill him or anything, even if he did find out and, roast him as a Christmas bird or anything, Next letter. It's from one Sonia for Nageki. Did you disappear entirely after BBL? Or are you living on inside Ryota? Also, what would you have done if you had never been sick? Would you have gone to college? I want to know and I can't stop crying. That basically sums up everybody. Nageki will have to answer these himself. You made me come in just a little while ago, too. Sorry, but you're a really important figure in BBL, so we need to have you here. Sonia was asking what happened to you after BBL. At the very least, we do know that I spoke to you when you woke up from hibernation. Right. Let's take another look at that scene. Let's have a flashback, shall we? Mr. Kawara. Mr. Kawara. Miss Chan. Can you hear me? Morning is almost here. Wake up, Kawara! Chan! I told you I wouldn't go back on my word! That scene appears in the special epilogue that you get if you play through a second time. That was a pretty bad spoiler. Are you sure it's okay to show that? There might be people who've cleared BBL but still haven't seen it. Oh! Sorry. I wasn't thinking. Ah, don't look! Don't look! It's a little late now. Anyway, as you can see, my consciousness still seems to be there. I love Nageki's theme. So maybe I haven't disappeared completely. That's still pretty vague. I don't exactly exist to begin with. It's a little hard to imagine something that doesn't exist disappearing. But then again, part of your body is inside mine now. So maybe you do exist after all. I don't know what happens after the end of BBL. Maybe I disappear later on. Or maybe I end up sharing Mr. Kawara's body. Maybe, if I do end up staying, I'd like to see Hattori move on and finally start living for himself. Then I could disappear. It would be nice to see Professor Nanaki living happily. He's been through so much. It wasn't all fun and games for me either, but I definitely agree. How about the second question? Also, what would you have done if you had never been sick? Would you have gone to college? I want to know, and I can't stop crying. You can't stop crying? You know you can't change the past. You can't hope for a future which won't be allowed to come either. Didn't you think about where you wanted to go in life, Nageki? Not really. I never had a dream for what I wanted to be when I grew up or anything like that. If nothing had ever happened, I probably would have gone on to college, graduated, and thought about things from there. It is pretty hard to know where you'll be a few years down the line. I haven't put any thought into my career path at all. I bet you'd make a good museum curator, or a librarian, or a writer. I've never really felt like writing books of my own. Being a curator could be interesting, though. I'll think about it. For the world where you're still alive. Yes. Something like that. Is that all? Yeah. Thank you, Nageki.
Thank you, Nageki. Sweet baby bird.
This last one is anonymous. It's for...
Hattori! You're here! And you're back. You're not all bleached anymore. Congrats.
Hello. Is this a recording room? Mr. Uzune, please come in. Have a seat. Tea and biscuits. How nice. Yes, this is very nice. Would it be alright if I brought some home? I'd like to give them to the children.
Oh, are they still alive? Wait. Now I have more questions. If we're in a world... Are we in a world where... that hostage situation at the bird orphanage never happened? So those children, like their family is still alive? And if that happened, doesn't that mean that Kawaii's parents are still alive as well? Because they died trying to negotiate peace. I have questions about this alternate dimension we're in as we're answering questions from the first dimension. Anyway. Sorry, Hattori.
Oh, yes, I think that would be fine. I'll wrap them up for you when we're done. Really? Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you. He's certainly quite talkative. It's almost hard to believe he's actually Professor Nanaki. Our last letter is addressed to you. I have a question for Hattori. You're supposed to have been good at studying, but were you able to go to school? You had your job as a lecturer, and after that you took care of the children. It certainly doesn't seem like you'd have the time. I don't go. I am enrolled, though. You're enrolled but don't go. Is that, are you a truant? No, I'm a distant student. Oh, of course. Everyone helps out with the housework, so I have more than enough time left to study. Even so, I'm a little worried about leaving them for so long. If you wouldn't mind, I think I should be going soon. He's a very caring guardian, too. My father could stand to take a leaf out of his book. Thank you so much, Hattori. Thank you for having me. It's almost like someone brought a painting of the ideal young man to life. I wonder if I'll grow up to be as pleasant a person as him. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you all so much for your letters.
And slowly fade. Yeah. That was the most interesting one so far. Just because it dealt with BBL and some of the characters there. I wonder what the rest of these radio episodes will hold in store for us. Guess we'll just have to find out next time. Until then, see you later.